Greetings, this is Peter Alexander. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to use Headshot 2 to create a stylized character. I'll be using assets from the artist Makar Maliki and the character Fred, which is based on Makar's work. Makar has a wide variety of assets I'd encourage you to explore. The head I'll be using is from an asset named Gustavo, which can be found on ArtStation. Makar provides a base mesh version in a ZTL. I'll be using the ZTL file, as I'll be transferring the details to Character Creator's topology. ZTL is a ZBrush format, so I'm now in ZBrush to utilize it. The character has several components. I'm mostly looking for the base head mesh. Headshot will extrapolate textures for the rest of the body based on the texture maps provided for the head, so you can kind of design the entire look for your character from Headshot. I'm not going to go crazy with texturing here, as I'm not a great texture artist. In addition, Character Creator provides a lot of additional maps that make materials look nice anyways. So I'm going to add a bit of color for the skin, the nose, the ears, and maybe some shade based on ambient occlusion. I decided after some thinking that I want the eyebrows and stylized stubble to be part of the skin texture and normal maps to be transferred using Headshot. I will hide the meshes I don't want to be projected onto the head mesh, and then just use the project feature. After which I will go to the lowest subdivision and bake normal maps. Ideally, you probably want to export this using GoZ and import it as a prop, not as an accessory. But I wasn't thinking, and it worked anyways, so it's all good. I also probably should have matched this to Character Creator scale, but I wasn't entirely sure what the initial scale was to begin with, and it doesn't really matter since you can use the scaling tools within Character Creator. The character I'm starting with is Fred, who is converted to Character Creator for a content pack. He is also based on Makar's work. I'm scaling the head to a point where I think it could transfer best with the least amount of work afterwards. I'll pause here and say that if you're going to use another artist's work for commercial purposes, you should definitely have the permission of the artist and any necessary licenses. With that said, I'll navigate to the Headshot 2 panel and select the mesh option to initiate a detail transfer. You'll notice a series of markers which are designed for an optimal transfer of details. You need to match those markers to get the best results. You can try to auto-assign the points, which sometimes works for stylized characters, but in many cases it's best to just do this manually to avoid losing points in some difficult to see area of the mesh. Sometimes it can be difficult to estimate where a corresponding point should go, but just do your best. The next step can assist you further as long as you're close. This area allows you to mask areas of the mesh to focus on certain details. Such as the face, if you want to exclude the head or the neck. I'm not going to bother masking any portion of my mesh, because it's just a head and a neck to begin with. The great thing about this tool is that it feels like it's trying to help you every step of the way. It's a little more intuitive than ZWrap or Wrap 4D, which are likely the inspirations for this tool. The focus on the head over the body is going to lead to more successful results, even though the body functionality would be great. Who knows what they have planned in the future. Also, the ability to bake details directly from Headshot is a great feature. When you're ready, select Attach to Body. This will bring up another window, most of which is self-explanatory. I am baking the diffuse map from the head textures provided. I am baking the normals from the source mesh plus the normals I provided. And I want my maps to be 4096 in resolution. For the body, I want to use the one currently loaded, which is the Fred character. This did a really good job. The head is a little bigger than I wanted, but I can adjust that. I will need to touch this up a bit based on my experience. I should have paid a bit more attention to the nose during the refining process. So as a result, I will need to fix this in ZBrush. Aside from that, it was a good result. I will just sharpen things up a bit before I send the mesh back to Character Creator. Now I'm going to clean the normal maps up a bit by sending the head normals to Krita. The base normal map color is RBG 128, 128, 255. So red 128, blue 128, and green 255. Any distortions can be cancelled out by using this color. And now I'm just going to adjust the eyes using the proportion editor. Hair and clothes on them and give them a try. Often with highly exaggerated characters, standard clothes don't fit well. For a character like this, you can try to convert the clothing to its base shape and scale it manually, then reconvert it to clothing. Unfortunately, you'll lose some of the default settings in the process. Usually when an attempt is successful, I'll save the project file along with the head and body morph for further mixing. Now I'm going to do the same thing with one of Makar's orc models. I'm going to combine this head with a troll model I created for an upcoming content package. I've dialed in the body only. Due to the exaggerated nature of this model, the head-body separation function leaves some deformation issues. I will see if I can still use it. As before, I'm using the ZTL file, and I'm preparing some very quick texture painting for demo purposes. The body I'm using for this demo is far more exaggerated than Fred and has a significant hunch. So what I'm attempting to do here is use the proportion editor to adjust some of the issues. Now I'm ready to initiate the Headshot 2 plugin. This time I'll try to auto-detect the markers. and surprisingly, it does a decent job. Headshot 2 does a great job with this character too. I'd probably have picked a more toned down body in retrospect, but I'd say this was a success. The issues with the posture and bone alignment at this point are the result of the troll body's highly exaggerated form. Because it has a hunch by default, Character Creator tries to correct the posture a bit. Now I'm just adding additional touches in ZBrush, altering the teeth and such. As I did with the previous model, I'm going to use Krita to paint out some of the flaws in the normal map. I'm just applying some assets I created to finish off the design. I feel that he's sufficiently dressed up as an orc. And with that, I will wrap up this video. I hope this demo of Headshot 2 helped in some way. There's limitless possibilities waiting for you. For digital sculptors, you can now transfer your sculpted details to a clean topology with limited effort. And animators can collaborate with other artists more effectively. I'm Peter Alexander. Thanks for watching.